Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up, the show where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. Let's get it started. This episode, starting off with one of my favorite human beings, Steve Simone, stand-up comedian out in L.A., seen him perform. He's opened for, I know I've seen him a bunch of times, probably Ari Shafir he's opened for in the past. He opens for a lot of big comedians. But one of the nicest guys, one of the biggest hearts. His comedy, if you're looking for some heartwarming comedy, I highly recommend checking it out. Steve Simone's stand-up. He's a great storyteller. But just pure joy. He is a nice guy, and he does these daily gratitude videos. So let's check out this one real quick.
It's the daily gratitude list. Finally get my walk in today.
I know, dude. It was crazy.
Grateful that the great Jimmy Schubert's joining me on this walk. My buddy Lee should be here shortly. I had an amazing time hanging out with my buddy Jesus Trejo today. I'm grateful for that. I got to eat at the Pizza Wagon of Brooklyn twice today, so it's a great day. I'm going to go home and watch Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler that just came on Netflix. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that my episode of Your Mom's House with Tom and Christina comes out today, and that I got to do a podcast today with Jesus, and there's my buddy Lee. It's going to be a good day. I hope you guys are finding something to enjoy. Take care and God bless. Bye.
Just a great idea. I mean, with so many things going wrong in the world, whether it be the coronavirus, whether it be unemployment, whether it be riots, whether it be government employees murdering citizens on video, a lot of things to be ungrateful for. So it's good to focus on the positives and the good things. That I'm grateful to have good friends in my life. I'm grateful to have a home to live in. I'm grateful to have a great little dog, Izzy, to keep me company. And I'm grateful for you for checking out this show. So let's move on to the next one here. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Some news from MMA fighting. By the time this episode comes out, maybe this has been announced. But they're trying to get a rematch for Namajunas versus Andrade. Namajunas lost her belt to Andrade due to, she was dominating the fight. But there was a point where she held on to a submission too long and ended up getting slammed, which was kind of a scary slam. She thankfully didn't get injured more than could have been. She almost got spiked on her head. But, yeah, this should be a great fight. Should be a easy win for Namajunas, considering her performance in the last fight, as long as she doesn't make any mistakes, because Andrade is a powerful fighter. But, yeah, that should be a fun. Rose Namajunas is one of my favorite fighters, period. I mean, she just got a great heart. Super talented also. But yeah, so excited for that. Hopefully Namajunas gets an easy win and gets back on track to fighting the belt. Hopefully, if she wins this, I could see them putting her against Weili Zhang to fight for the belt. See if she gets it back. Yeah. So moving on, this one from Nat Geo, picture of a park out in San Francisco, I think. Dolores Park, Mission Dolores Park. They have just giant circles to kind of keep everybody socially distancing. Just kind of an interesting visual, seeing people kind of out and about, but in still distance. Which the whole 6-foot thing is just... It really should be more than 6 feet. Like it's kind of like a rule of thumb. There was a podcast I listened to. I think it was like a Radio Lab where they were talking about where the 6-foot number came from, and it's kind of a combination of things. But yeah, it's generally the farther away you can keep yourself, the better. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the riots and everything going on. How that's going to affect people getting sick. But yeah, so it's interesting times we're living in now, people. So yeah, let's finish it up with this one. That's not a chip on my shoulder. That's your foot on my neck. Quote from Malcolm X, which is shockingly poignant considering the police officer who murdered a citizen by kneeling on his neck until he died. A weak, pathetic human being this cop was. You could tell by the lack of any kind of mass on the dude's arms that he's never lifted anything in his life. So the joy on his face while he murdered somebody on video was just disgusting. And because of that, there are riots all over the world. People protesting in Canada, people protesting in Berlin, which is crazy that the place where Nazis were born are now anti-hate crime, which is, this is what's happening. Bunch of protests, which is also interesting to see how the cops are now, how they respond to this versus how they were responding when the conservatives were complaining about not being able to go get their hair cut. When they would go protest with their AR-15s, the cops really did nothing to them. But then, cops murder somebody, and again, something that's been happening throughout history. But yeah, George Floyd, rest in peace. I don't see change happening. It's one thing for sure they need to... only the cop that murdered was arrested. The other 3 cops who watched it happen and do nothing, I don't think anything's happened to them. I don't think, even if this guy gets charged with third-degree murder and gets convicted, I should say, of third-degree murder, it's not going to do anything to stop this. The management of these police officers, that if there's a cop that's murdering people and you're a manager or supervisor or, I don't know the rankings of police officers, but the management of these people needs to be held accountable. The management needs to be charged with crimes because they're hiring these people that have countless complaints against them, and now murdering citizens. It's just disgusting. But the managers, the people in charge, need to be held responsible because so many, the MO for so many worthless managers, I've worked for a bunch of them in the past, is that they just pass the buck. They take responsibility for nothing. And those are the people that should be held accountable alongside the actual murderers themselves. But yeah, so rest in peace, George Floyd. And it's crazy times, man. Crazy times. Be safe. And hopefully something will happen in a positive direction. But let's do some shout-outs, shall we? Shout out to Steve Simone Comedy. Go give him a follow. Shout out MMAfighting.com, Nat Geo, Laura K. Morton, and 10011 Mag. Shout out to you. Be sure to check out our sponsor, StationHouseCoffee.com and Station House Coffee on Instagram for small batch, single origin, premium coffee, brewed in Vermont, shipped directly to you. Make sure you follow Station House Coffee on Instagram and go buy your coffee at StationHouseCoffee.com. Also, check out the newly released Patreon, patreon.com/inspireddisorder. For only $3 a month, you could become a member, get access to the full week of The Ray Taylor Show, binge the full week in video and audio form, save massive amounts on the many faces with a coupon code that's specific to Patreon, and you also can download the raw PSD files, the Photoshop files for all the Photoshops that I do. So for only $3 a month, become a member over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder and get all those benefits and more. patreon.com/inspired disorder. New episodes come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go binge the full week over at patreon.com/inspired disorder. Buy the merch for The Ray Taylor Show over at inspireddisorder.com and follow The Ray Taylor Show on Instagram. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!